Greetings, 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 greetings. Wow, go on. This is your brother Chief Kalanago with another lesson. We're about to go in. We're about to dive in. We're about to go deep. Well, not that deep, but it's just information. And of course, information is for knowledge purposes only. Do what you want with the information, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. So let's make sure we have some video and audio on Facebook. All right. Now, share the information if you may. Let me see. Deep. Well, not that deep, but here we go. Information. And of course, today I'm going to talk about manipulation, okay? Mind control, manipulation, how your reality is being shaped into your reality. We're going to talk about all that. All right. Now, all these little lessons are important. For some of them, some may seem a little bit drawn out, boring, if you may, but I promise you, it's important, to know these things. Okay, because everything that we live in right now, it's truly it is suggested by society and we don't even know it. How many of us are truly living our life as who we truly are? Do you know who you are? You see, and that is the problem that a lot of us are actually facing. So Aborigine Anthony, what the deal is? Wago on bliss, respect. All right. So anyway, we're going to get into this, and as soon as we start this lesson, we are going to do an exercise, right? But first, I would like to acknowledge, give thanks to my righteous ancestors. I want to thank them for always guiding me, protecting me, just shedding light on me, and just gracing me with the ability to tap into universal mind to be able to articulate and share that information with each and every one of you. So I'm thankful and I honor my my righteous ancestors. And let's get into this. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to look at three words. Okay. Let me share my screen. I'm going to get right into it. For those of you that missed the live, do me a favor, go ahead and check the recording, okay? Um, okay, so here we are. Three words we're going to look at: omnipresent, omniscient, and omnipotent. Let me just move this forward a little bit. And those words are attributes that are always given to God, right? The idea of God, okay? So what do these words really mean? Okay, that's what we're going to get into today. Okay, so the first one is we're going to look at what is omnipresent, or when we say God is omnipresent, what does it mean? This actually means an omnipresent God is a God with the ability to be everywhere all at once. Okay, omnipresent is the least philosophical complex attribute of God. You see, in the physical, we cannot be everywhere at once. You feel me? But within our mind, we could be everywhere at once. Because once again, when we take ourselves out of time, okay, when we take ourselves out of time, we are everywhere at once. You see, time is what creates the illusion of preventing us, okay, from realizing that we are actually God, because time limits our perception. So your conscious mind is what limits your ability to identify as you being God. But once you tap into your subconscious mind, that is where all the characteristics of what a God is rest. It rests in your subconscious mind. All right. So we're going to talk about that today. The conscious mind prevents you from being everywhere at one time. I'm talking about in the past, the future, and the present. But yet, still within your own mind, if you do this exercise with me right now, you are able to go back into the past. Okay? Any one of us. We physically, we can't. We can't do it physically, but mentally, because mental equals the heavenly realm. So mentally, within heaven, within our mind, we are able to go back into the past in your mind. That's why you're able to think of things, go back into your memory. And the majority of your memory, 90% of your memory is in your subconscious mind. Okay? 90% of your memory is in your subconscious mind, and you only access 10% of that via your conscious mind. However, we are able to go into the past in our mind and remember things. Okay? Remember things. Remember, put back together. Okay? Now, you are in the present. You are able to see things, and we are experiencing things in the present. Okay? So now you're able to go into the past mentally, and you're able to live within the present mentally and physically, right? All right. That's where heaven and earth meet, in the present. All right. 11:11. That's what it means. But I broke that down in the book. The link is in the description. Okay. In GENE-IN-SIS to Reevaluation. Got to get that book. And then we are able to go into the future in our mind. Okay. You are able to go into the future in your mind. You could see 2024. You could make things happen. You could see yourself doing things in 2026, in 2030, in 2050. All right. So now you are able to see within your mind, you could literally go into the past, the present, and the future. So what does that make you? Again, the physical body is not God. The I am in you is God. So therefore you are God, because you are not the flesh. So you are omnipresent. Okay. Let's look at the next characteristic. What is omniscient God? An omniscient God is a God who knows everything. Such a God would have the power to know the future, the present, and the past. I just proved that to you. The problem is we are not aware of everything, but you know everything, because the knowing is already in us. You see, we are already literally from the factory, if I may, okay? We were put together already fully loaded. Fully loaded. So when you came here as a child, you already had everything. Everything. All the knowing was in you. However, our parents, and I've broken that down in videos before, our parents were not supposed to be parents. Our parents were supposed to be guides. They were supposed to guide us through life, to help us develop our abilities and our godly characters, our supernatural powers, our ability to do, to do telepathy, our ability to do telekinesis, all these different things, our ability to move matter. What does the allegorical Bible say? If your faith is as small as a mustard seed, you could move mountains. You see, we have these abilities, and all these abilities lie in our subconscious mind. Okay? So the true enemy of the subconscious mind is the conscious mind. But the trick is to get them to work together, 11:11. Okay? So with that being said, we know everything. We may not be aware of what we know because it's buried in the subconscious mind, but it's within. The knowing is within. That is a characteristic of a God. So first we have omnipresent and omniscient. All right. And I just proved to you we have those characteristics as well. All right. The next is omnipotent. Omnipotent God is a God with an unlimited power. All right. Unlimited power. We have unlimited power, but our unlimited power is being restricted by our conscious mind. Once again, by our five senses, we limit ourselves within time, and we are not omnipotent consciously. But when you go lay down, you see yourself flying. When you go lay down, you see yourself being a hero. When you go lay down, you see yourself doing all sorts of things. Why is that? Because that's when the subconscious mind awakens. The world of ality. reality. But when you wake up, so to speak, you step into a world of reality, a world that was created, an assimilation of the real world. Okay? So here we are. The three terms or three words: omnipresent, which we are, omniscient, which we are, and omnipotent, which we are. However, because of the reality that we are living in, okay, we are limited. Our flesh is limited. All right. That's why it's almost impossible, if impossible, it might be impossible for the physical aspect of ourselves to totally comprehend the things of the spiritual or the mental or the heavenly realm. You have to be able to tap into your subconscious mind and see the reality, opposed to the conscious mind that's teaching us of these realities that's being created. That's why it's called reality. It's a redoing, a remaking of reality, if that makes sense. And that's why in the book I had to break that down and go back and let you know in Genesis chapter 1, we lived a life of reality. Okay? We had everything in abundance. We did not have to work, none of that. That was a world of reality. That was the earth. All right. But in Genesis chapter 2, a simulation of that world was created, and then a reality was created by another entity, the God in the Bible. So whether it's the Quran, whether it's the Bible, whether it's any one of those religious books, that God that they talk about is not the universal supreme God that created the universe. No, that's another entity, an individual lunar God. And we're going to talk about that in this build today. All right. So that's an exercise that we just proved that we are gods. We are the gods. We have to be afraid. We have to stop being afraid, okay, in accepting who we are. And most religious people would call this blasphemous because they are indoctrinated. Okay, right there in the Bible, if you are a son of God or a daughter of God, what does that make you? It makes you a God because you are who your parents are. And I have to keep giving this analogy of animals, or this example of animals. If a horse had a horse 2 million years ago, what would it be in 2023? It would be a horse. If a giraffe had giraffes, a million years ago, what would they be in 2023? There would be giraffes. You wouldn't say a baby of the giraffe or a child of the giraffe. How is that when I ask you, who are you as a religious individual, especially a Christian? When I break it down that way, you say, okay, it's called a giraffe or it's called a horse. When I ask you about you, you say, oh, well, you're a child of God. You see, religion is literally preventing our people, or how would I put it? The indoctrination of religion, because everyone has a religion, really, honestly, when it comes to the essence of what people think religion is. Whether you believe in spirituality, it's still a form of religion. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the indoctrination of what's being taught. We are being taught fear, okay? To be afraid of who we truly are. Okay? So just wanted to start off with this. You feel me? Let us go to the next slide. Now, what are we going to talk about now? We're going to talk about the subconscious mind and how powerful the subconscious mind is, and we don't realize. And like I said before, when we manifest here in this realm, here on earth, into this world, okay, into this reality, okay, our parents, like I said, they are supposed to be guides. All right. You don't call guardian angels, you don't call them parents, you call them guardian angels. So our parents were supposed to be, in fact, not supposed to be, they are actually guardian angels. But because no one taught them their role, no one taught them who they truly are, as the portals from which we manifested, they accepted the role, or they were taught the role of being parents opposed to being guides. Okay, so a guide is supposed to help you harness your powers. First, teach you about your powers, teach you about your abilities, let you know about the characteristics that's in you, help you harness them and bring them forth. Okay, That's what true knowledge is. That's what the universe was about. Hence the word university. But with a new school of thought, all right, to take away our power by the so-called elites, the so-called powers there be, all right, they created schools that literally sent, that took you back to help you devolve opposed to help you evolve. So our guardians were not taught to be guardians, but they were taught to be parents. So as soon as we manifest and we are able to say anything, you start learning, oh well, say mama, say dada, say your ABCs. You know, well, when you grow up, you're going to be a doctor. Well, when you grow up, you're going to be a teacher. Oh, you got to go to school. Oh, you got to get a degree. By the time you're 18, you're going to get out my house. You got to get a job. That is not the role of guides. Those are the role of parents, okay, that's indoctrinated in a system of reality. Okay? A mother and father that knows reality will not teach that to their children. Well, I wouldn't say children, they're sons and daughters. Children belong in a world of reality. But our sons and daughters, those are our property, and we're supposed to guide them through this life. You feel me? All right, so we're going to get into the powers of the subconscious mind. First, we're going to talk about mind dreams, okay? And of course, your consciousness and your subconsciousness, it all dwells in your mind. Even if it's not physical, it's not physical, okay? But within this realm, the illusionary realm, it has to be, it seems like it's actually in your mind. But your subconscious is not in your actual mind, all right? That's what we think, but it actually isn't, okay? So with that being said, when we deal with the mind, and that's why we have governments, all right, to control your mind, your mental capability. That's what governments do, to govern your mind, your state of mind. And that's why each each so-called territory is called a state. It's really a state of mind that they got us in. Hence the phrase or the term, a New York state of mind. All right. Let me see something. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second here. All right. Okay. So we're going to talk about the subconscious mind, and we're going to go into this. All right. Let me share this. I want you to know how powerful you are. I want you to know how powerful you are as an individual, okay? Meaning that, and guess what an individual is? I've already broken that down. Individual, all right? First, we look at the suffix in that word. The last suffix in that word is all right? Is all. And then the prefix is in. So we have in and we have all. And then the word in between, divide. Okay, so in, divide, in, all. Basically what that means is we are part of the all. Okay, so we are the collective. Together we are the collective. That's what all means. So if you want to know the true essence of what God is, break the word down, break that word individual down, break it down, disseminate the word. Okay, individual. If you want to truly know who God is, look at that word by itself, individual, and break it down. First, you have the all. Okay, so the all is the concept of what people call God. God is not a man or a woman. God is not a female or a male. Anytime you start calling God he and she, you are serving idols, or you are identifying idols. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. However, an individual God is not as powerful as the all, the collective. Okay? Because I could go fight 10 people, 1,000 people by myself. I'm going to get my ass whooped. But if I bring 1,000 people to go fight 1,000 people, I have a better chance of winning. The odds are more in my favor. It's the same thing. When you call on individual gods, okay, the outcome, okay, it is not as powerful as calling on the all, the collective. And we are not being taught these things in church. That's why I have to give you church. You feel me? We are having church right now because the church is the body. All right. And where one, two, or three are gathered in our ancestors' name, they are in our mix. You feel me? And the all that we talk about, they are our ancestors. If we came from the all, well, duh, aren't they our ancestors? Why are we afraid to say these things? Why do we have to give them all these crazy names? Why is that? Because of what we are taught, so that we'll be afraid of our culture. We'll be afraid of what, to call on our ancestors. They're giving you false idols to call upon that does nothing for you. I don't want you to believe me, because if I ask you to believe me, I'm lying to you, because in the word believe, there's lie. In our neighborhoods, literally, in fact, right on my block, there's 4 churches on one block, but yet still everybody's poor, everybody's sick. So obviously the God that you're serving is not working for you. But what do I know? It's a business. It's a business. You feel me? So let us go back to the word individual, all and in. However, the in that's in the all is divided. So what does that mean? It means that you are a God individually in this body, divided from the all. Okay? Physically. Okay? Consciously. But subconsciously, you are still part of the all. You are still part of the collective. But because of the subconscious, of the conscious mind, meaning that the awareness, okay, it hinders your ability to tap into your subconscious mind. Okay? So let us go talk about this subconscious mind and some of the characteristics of the subconscious mind, and show you how powerful it is, how powerful you are when you go to sleep opposed to when you are awake. You are more powerful when you lay down than when you're walking around. Man, that's powerful. I'm going to repeat that. You are more powerful when you go lay down than when you are walking around. Can you imagine that? So when you go lay down, can you imagine what you could manifest? Can you imagine what you could make happen when you go lay down, opposed to walking around with all the distractions, the TV, the noise, the cars, the everything around you is a distraction. And the conscious mind is literally being entertained by these things. But when you go lay down, you tap into a realm where you are omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. When you go lay down, you bring out God. Okay? Truly, you step into a realm where you have full power. But when you're walking around, you're still God, but you are limited. Okay? You are limited in your power because of the conscious mind. So let us read a little bit. Dreams have been studied since the dawn of time by scientists, philosophers, and theologians with a myriad of different theories and interpretation. Sigmund Freud, man, I can't talk right now. It's like people call me. Okay, at the time when I'm doing the live, but I'll call him back. Okay, where was I? Explain dreams as a window into our unconscious and manifestation of our deepest desires and anxieties, mostly of sexual nature and repressed childhood memories or observations. However, even Freud admitted sometimes even a cigar is just a cigar. Today, neuroscientists generally agrees that dreams are the purely physiological and representation that represents the brain attempt to make sense of random thoughts and images from recent daytime experiences or memories that feed through the mind during sleep. Okay, number 2, the subconscious mind controls 95% of your life. That is a fact. Your subconscious mind controls 95% of your life. Okay, literally from 90 to 95. All right, but we're going to say 90. That's why you have such terms as the 5%ers or the 10%ers, but it's actually 95% of your subconscious control 95% of your life. Okay? But I'm going to show you how that your conscious mind is what you are being taught that's actually in control. 5%. So can you imagine if 95% of your mind of your life is being controlled by your subconscious mind, and you don't know how to tap into that, and the only thing you know is reality that comes from the 5% of your mind, then literally you are not living 5%, 95% of your life. You are not living 95% of your life's potential because you haven't tapped into your subconscious mind. Because everything that you do is literally controlled by your conscious mind. So do you see how easy it is to manipulate people by the people who know how to literally take control of 95% of your mind, which is the subconscious mind? That's why 5% of the world, or of the elites, control 95% of the world. It's the same thing. The 5% that knows, okay, because the people who knows, the 5% that knows, they know how to tap into the 95%. You see the difference? And they use that knowledge to control the people who don't know that that 95% control their life. That's how we are being manipulated and controlled, because you don't know who you are. You are too distracted. And we're gonna break that down. All right. So let us continue reading here for a second. Not all that surprising really, as our subconscious mind controls each and every physical movement, whether voluntary or involuntary. Today's science estimates that 95% of our brain's activity is unconscious. In other words, it's involuntary. Okay. Meaning that the majority of the decisions that we make, the actions we take, our emotions and our behaviors depend on 95% of our brain activity that lies beyond our conscious awareness. So everything that we are doing, it goes beyond, okay, our conscious awareness. It's being done by certain programs. You may not realize it, but that's how deep it is. That's how social engineering and controlling, that's how deep and powerful it is. They're called suggestions. Whether they are self-suggestions or suggestions by other people, they are being imprinted in our subconscious mind. And what happens now, the job of your conscious mind is to dive deep into your subconscious mind and go back into the memory bank and see exactly what that experience is or was, and then how to react. But it happens in literally less than a second. It happens so fast. You feel me? So all the social programming is actually put in our memory. Now you may ask, well, Chief, what does that have to do with everything? It lists literally everything. Everything. And that's how we were able to forget who we were. Okay? That's how the magic was done. Some people would say, well, how is that, you would hear the natives talking about, well, if you're the real Indians, how come you don't speak the language? Well, hold up. If we are the real Africans, how come we don't speak the African language? Dummy. You see what I'm saying? The point I'm making is it's literally programming. This magic was done on our people mentally. That's why we were able to forget. And I'm going to prove to you and show you how your reality could change in all it takes is about 10 years for your reality to change from one reality to another, and then to another. And I'm going to prove that to you. Okay, let's continue reading. Number 3, the subconscious mind is always awake. Remember that. Your subconscious mind is always awake. Even when you're walking around, it's awake, but it's dormant. All right, it only, wakes up fully when you go lay down, when the conscious mind is actually at rest. Okay, so your subconscious mind never sleeps, rests, or takes a break because it controls all vital processes and functions of the body. For instance, the subconscious mind controls the heartbeat, the blood circulation, the regulation that regulates the digestion and elimination. In sleep, our conscious mind becomes dormant. All right. So your conscious mind, your awareness, the 5 senses become dormant. Okay. And then when you go to sleep, so to speak, then there is no senses at all in regards to a physical sense. But now you tap into your sixth sense, which is the 1 cent. Okay, if that makes sense, it's the 1 cent, if that makes sense. All right. Or if it's any sense at all, if we could call it that. But you tap into a realm where the physical attributes of senses, as in touch, feel, smell, etc., hearing, etc., it is not active physically or consciously. Okay. We have a whole new set of hearing, a whole new set of seeing, a whole new set of I'm feeling in the sleep state. Okay. Science shows that we still hear and process everything even while we sleep. Like I just said, the subconscious mind is habit based. Everything that the subconscious do is based on memory. Okay, is based on memory. A lot of times, a lot of things that the conscious mind does is based on impulse. All right, but when it comes to the subconscious mind, is based on habit, memory. Okay, as we go about our daily routine, as waking up, traveling to and from work, eating, drinking, and going to sleep, it becomes second nature. We have formed a habit. Okay, this is because we process information quickly and without being aware. This is unconscious mind at work. Fraud believed the unconscious mind does most of the work of our daily activities without us even realizing it. The subconscious mind takes everything literally. You see what I'm saying? That's why you have to be careful what your children look at. My brothers and sisters, listen to the words that I'm speaking to you. Get these TVs away from your children. Get these phones away from your children. Because I promise you, what's being imprinted in their subconscious mind becomes their reality. Literally, it becomes everything. The type of music they listen to, the type of people that they idolize, the images of the things that they see, it's imprinted in their subconscious mind. So when their conscious mind is looking for any type of reasoning, for any type of decision making, it taps into already what's in habit, in motion, is part of the subconscious mind, and it brings it out into action. And a lot of times it's involuntary. Okay? And that's a fact. The subconscious mind has the habit of taking everything literally. It's just like the universe. The universe takes everything literally. The subconscious mind is literally the universe. Anything that you want, you put it out there in the universe, it brings it into reality in the subconscious mind as well. Okay, you want to plant some seeds that's going to grow into fruition, and you want your life to be fruitful. Tap good seeds into your subconscious mind and see what happens. Prove me wrong. I want you to plant good seeds into your subconscious mind and see what happens. See your reality change. So who has control of your life? But you, nobody else. You see, we allow the outside stimuli or stimuli or stimulus, things that stimulizes our mind. We allow them to control our life. But you could block them out. You could block them out. Get thou behind me, Satan. Because why? You are making an effort to protect your garden. You're making an effort to protect your heaven. So your subconscious mind is your heaven. And too many of you just allow anything and anybody into your mind, okay? Into your heaven. And then you start going insane, your life start going crazy, all sorts of things start happening because you are not protecting. You don't have the cherubims, you don't have the flaming sword in front of your garden to protect it. So let us continue. It does not differentiate between negative and positive. Same thing with the universe. The universe don't know the difference between negative and positive. No. It is literal. That's why I keep telling you, when you are reaching out to this God, be careful which God you're reaching out to. Because what's going to happen is your conscious mind is going to tap into the habit or what you already were taught that God is. But because you were taught that the God that you actually think is the righteous God is not the righteous God. That is actually Satan. So you have been worshiping Satan your entire life and you don't know. That's why I specifically emphasize and teach people when you are reaching out to God, make sure you say the righteous gods or my righteous ancestors. So now you are being literal and you are not just being a general, specific, or a meaningless specific. You have to be, pardon me, you have to be a meaningful specific opposed to be a wandering generality. I got that from Zig Ziglar. A meaningful specific opposed to be a wandering generality. Okay? You cannot just be general because it takes everything literal. You cannot make a joke with the universe. You cannot make a joke with your subconscious mind. No. You see how crucial this life is? It is not a game, man. It is not a game. Okay? It is not a game. It takes everything literal, whether negative or positive. So if you continually tell yourself that you will never succeed in a particular venture, it's likely to turn out that way. You feel me? I don't make these kind of jokes with myself. Oh, well, in my family, there's high blood pressure, so I'm going to get that. No, hell, nah. I rebuke that statement. Oh, well, in my family, there's diabetes. So no, that is them. That's not me. That is not my reality. I'm not planting those seeds in my garden. I'm not planting those seeds in my heaven. Because if heaven is supposed to be a place of bountiful and a place of, abundance, why am I planting those seeds in that garden? I'm not doing that. No. Oh, well, my family always be broke, so I'm going to be broke. No. I cannot plant those seeds. That cannot be my reality. No, it's not. That's somebody else's reality. I'm going to create my own because I'm God. You feel me? So everything that you're living right now, it is because of what you did in the past. And nobody's teaching you to take responsibility. Nobody's teaching you to take accountability. You want to blame everything else on everybody. Oh, what is the so-called white man fault? Oh, what is the so-called government? What is the so-called this? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're not putting things there to tempt you, to distract you. Yes, that's what they're supposed to do. That's why when the allegorical Jesus met with the adversary Satan, he said, "What? Get thou behind me." Many of you call yourself Christians, but you don't even know what the hell it means. You were supposed to say, "Get thou behind me, Satan," if you are truly in control and you know that you are God. You feel me? The temptations are supposed to be there. These people are living their purpose. My question is, what's your purpose? And are you living your purpose? That is the question. So take responsibility for your life. Don't blame everything on everybody else because you're looking for pity. You're looking for people to feel. I want nobody to feel sorry for me, man. Everything that happens to me is a result of what I've done or thought, I've thought of voluntarily or involuntarily. I've actually implanted in my subconscious mind. And now it's coming forth in my conscious mind, which is the physical attribute of my being. I take responsibility. I take accountability. Okay. So when you are able to, when you growing up, okay, you know these things, then you start repairing yourself. You start building yourself. You start becoming who you truly are supposed to be, opposed to running away from these situations, blaming it on somebody else. It's nobody's fault but yours. And that's facts. All right. Okay. The subconscious mind is subjective. It doesn't think or reason independently. It doesn't. Okay? Not like the conscious mind. It simply obeys the commands it received from your conscious mind. You feel me? So it's the same thing with the universe. If you tell the universe, I want something, the universe is going to give it to you because guess what? The universe and your subconscious mind is the same. The universe is just what we call the macro, and your subconscious, its subconscious mind is what we call the micro. In other words, it's a ball, and then you have another little ball inside, but it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You feel me? However, your conscious mind is what gives it the impressions. Your conscious mind is what gives it the command. You feel me? And if the only commands that you know they are negative, if the only commands that you know, you are in your lower frequency, always vibrating in your lower frequency, what you think is going to happen to your life mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually? What you think is going to happen? Because you are not in control. You have lost your mind. You have lost your sense of your conscious mind. It is being controlled by everything around you. Facebook, what you call it, Instagram, the news, the government, the this, the that. That's being controlled. It's controlling your conscious mind, and therefore that reaction gives your conscious mind commands. And what happened? Man, listen, your entire life is chaotic. Okay? You go to sleep, you're having nightmares, all type of nightmares, because you can't sleep, because of what you put in your conscious mind. Okay? That is a fact. I'm telling y'all, trust me, man. This video right here, it may not be of interest to you, but I promise you, you want to take heed to what I'm saying right now. Okay? I promise you that. It simply obeys commands that it receives from the conscious mind. And here's the irony in all this. The conscious mind is only 10% of your mind, or 5% of your mind, depends on whose perspective of a school of thought that you're going with, right? But the conscious mind is only 5% of your reality. But yet still, it commands the 5% of your mind. That's why 5% of the world control 95% of the world, because the 5% know how to control your conscious mind. They know how to control the 5% of your being that gives instruction to 95% of your being. So when you are able to take control of the 95% of your being, guess what? The 5% will not be in control. You see, I'm teaching you and showing you how to get your power back. I appreciate it, Twin Truth. I appreciate the donation, even if I don't ask for it, but I appreciate that. Good looking. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. So my brothers and sisters, I am showing you exactly how to take back your power. And that's why I keep telling you, we don't have to pick up guns. We don't have to pick up knives. We don't have to do none of these things. We don't have to do any of these things. All you have to do to fix the world is fix yourself. You want to get back in control? Take back control of the 95% of who you are. How do you do that? You teach your 5%, okay? You get away from the distractions, and you ask the 95% to take control. I started doing that over 20-something years ago. All right. I mean, I was never a bad person, never went to prison, never went to jail, them type of things, never sold drugs. I've never done none of that. Right. So I didn't grow up, I had a good childhood, so to speak. Right. But the point I'm making is this: regardless of what the situation was, the temptations was all around me. It was all around me, but I kept going back into my memory bank of how my mother and my father raised me. Every time there was a decision, every time something faced me, oh, well, let's go gangbang, let's go sell drugs. I always went back to how my mother and father raised me. You feel me? And I came to the United States when I was a teenager. And I grew up in the 90s. For those of you who don't know anything about Brooklyn, the 90s was a beast. I mean, even the police was afraid to come into the community, into the neighborhoods, until Giuliani was like, listen, man, that's enough. Enough is enough. We cannot have the police afraid of people. And he starts shutting everything down. But I grew up in that era in the 90s. And I knew all the gangbangers, but they respected me because of my philosophy, because of my energy. And they had opposing gangs, but each gang would say, yo, don't mess with him, because I was cool with everybody. I was cool with everybody. You feel me? So the point I'm making is that regardless of what the situation is, when you know who you are and you are in control, okay, and you keep your subconscious mind healthy, it doesn't matter what the conscious mind tried to put in there. The subconscious mind is not going to accept it. Okay? It's going to reject it. It's going to say, get thou behind me. You're not in control. I am. So once I started asking the higher self to teach me how to be like you, In other words, I want you to teach the 5% how to be like you. But first, your subconscious mind have to be of a certain nature. It has to be of a righteous, a positive nature, because a lot of people within their heaven, within their realm, they are negative by nature. So if that's who you are, obviously that's what the subconscious mind, the conscious mind would always produce. You feel me? But when you are of a good nature, you are of the righteous bloodline, you feel me? Then you are able to control that 5% that's trying to be the master when it's actually not the master. You feel me? It is not the master. It's only the master in this world, which is the world of illusion. It is being controlled by the Lord God. That 5%, your conscious mind is being controlled by your Lord God, the one that created the whole sense of feeling taste to give you the taste of the illusion of this world, which is Satan. That's why he always want to control. That 5% always want to control. So it's the same thing. You feel me? But you have to make sure that your inner being, that righteous being in you, is the one that's taking control. So therefore, your conscious mind will always be on autopilot because you are righteous. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Now, number 6, the subconscious mind is present based. When we dream about the future or get nostalgic thinking of the past, it is the subconscious mind that's at work. The subconscious mind is always in the present. All right. That's why you have to appreciate your life, because we are in the present. You don't have to wait till Christmas, this pagan holidays, to give somebody a present or enjoy the present. No, unwrap your gift every single day, because you are living a gift. My brothers and sisters, you are living a gift, which is called the present. It's right here, it's right now. And you could be anything that you want to be. You could relieve yourself of anything that you want to relieve yourself of. That pain, that disease, that virus, that cancer. You could speak it out of your life. All you have to do now is plant that seed in the subconscious mind and know that it is. You feel me? Don't say I want to, say I am. I am wealthy. Okay? I am healthy. I am disease free. You whatever that cancer is, okay? You say I am, and don't use negative, connotations. I am as in the positive. I am cancer free. You feel me? Don't say I don't have cancer, because there's a don't in there. You could trick remember, the subconscious mind cannot tell the difference between positive and negative. So anytime you literally put a negative word in there, if your subconscious being or your subconscious or your universe, so to speak, or your universe is used to negative affirmations, guess what's going to trigger? It's going to trigger a negative action. So don't use negative words. Don't say I don't have cancer. Say I am cancer free. You see the difference? Stop telling yourself you're broke. Yes, we live in a real world. I am financially challenged at the moment. That's fine. But stop telling yourself you're broke, because when you tell yourself you're broke, you're saying that you are broken. And sometimes, if you break an egg, not sometimes, I have never seen anybody break an egg and put it back together. So you want to be careful how you those self-suggestions with those words, because within you, the power of life and death is in your tongue. So when you start saying you're broke, man, be careful. You could break so much that you cannot come back from being broken. When Humpty Dumpty fell from that wall, that bastard didn't come back together. You feel me? So be mindful of your words, God and goddesses. That's who you are. Don't be afraid of who you are. Speak your reality, or not your reality per se, but speak your reality into existence by your words and the seeds that you plant in your garden. And that is your subconscious mind. It takes everything literally. So don't use negative words. Okay? I am cancer free. I am high blood pressure free. And you have to speak those affirmations, okay, until that seed is deep in your subconscious, and now it starts to grow. And now it starts to grow. And because in your garden, it's growing in your garden, guess what's going to happen? Your conscious mind is going to start believing that, or know it to be true. Not believe, but know it to be true. All right? Because now you have the faith of a mustard seed and you're moving mountain. You're getting rid of that cancer. You're getting rid of that disease. You're getting rid of that virus, that poisonous virus or that harmful virus. Okay? Let us proceed. So therefore, the conscious mind thinks in terms of past and future rather than the present. Okay? Because it's actually in the present. So it taps into the future and the past. That's why you are God. That's why I had to go into those 3 words. I started the lesson with those 3 words. Okay? Our subconscious mind is constantly focused on the present moment. This is why it is so important to be mindful of your inner thoughts, such as I am successful rather than I will be successful. Okay? You don't want to will things. You see, will is, but here where I'm going. I'm giving y'all church right now. Okay? Let me tell y'all something. In Genesis chapter 1, we didn't have free will. Okay? Because there was no such thing in Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1, everything was in abundance. So therefore, in Genesis chapter 1, it was I am successful, I am abundance. But when that was taken in Genesis chapter 2, then you had to be given will, which was free will. So you don't want to will things. Oh, well, I will. You feel me? Because you're putting it off to some uncertain time. But when you say I am, you're planting the seed that it is right now, because you are living in the present. You are living as a God. You feel me? So that's why I tell people and I teach people, the things you could do today, don't put it up for tomorrow. Do it today. Do it now. Stop being reactive. Be proactive. I'm going to repeat that. The things you could do today, don't put it up for tomorrow. Do it now. Because the gift is now. You feel me? Don't be the creation of Genesis chapter 2 with free will. No. Be of the seed that you are from in Genesis chapter 1, having it in abundance. I am wealthy. I am physically wealthy. I have life in abundance. I have eternal life because I know I'm not the flesh. You feel me? You want to become the Christ, it takes work. It takes discipline. And I promise you, I'm still going to do that video on discipline, aka the disciples. I'm going to teach you about that. But it takes work. Okay? It takes work to become the Christ. You feel me? All this, what I'm teaching you right now, is part of the journey. It's part of the experience. It's part of the process. Okay? So instead of saying I will be successful, or I want to be successful, plant the seed that I am successful. Okay? Number 7, the subconscious mind is like a computer processor. Computers were originally designed around the brain, which is a fact model, and at one time were called electronic brains. The brain body functions much in the same way to modern day computers, or rather, computers operate in much the same way to the most complex processing unit there has ever been, the human brain. Okay? That's how powerful you are. Your mind is more powerful than a computer, because all the functions of the computer was taken from the brain. But we don't have that capability or the ability, because why? Only 5% is being utilized. 5 to 10%, because of all the distractions that come into what we call the conscious mind. Okay? The subconscious mind is far more powerful than the conscious mind and can process huge quantities of information that come via your 5 senses and translate them back to your brain in a blink of an eye. Okay? The subconscious mind is primal. Our subconscious mind communicates in images, feelings, and metaphors, focusing on emotion rather than logic or reason. The conscious mind is logical. That's where things reason, but not the subconscious mind. Okay? Our intuition is the complex system in the brain that acts like a bridge between the consciousness and the subconsciousness and the conscious mind. That's called intuition. Okay? It's the process of the brain that requires no analytical reasoning. Number 9, the subconscious mind is a multitasker. Although many of us think we can multitask, the truth is that it's quite impossible to be consciously focused on two things at once. Because why? In this physical realm, no two things could occupy the same space. So it's impossible to literally think of two things at a time. But in your subconscious mind, listen, a lot of things so many different things could be going on at one time. Because why? You are in your God state. You are omnipotent, omnipresent, and omnipotent and omniscient. Because you are in your God state. You are in your Godhood. Whether you are a righteous God or an unrighteous God, it makes no difference. Okay? You know who you are. I'm not here to judge. All right? Now, we are never able to give simultaneous attention to two things at once. Equally, it's physically impossible to feel happy and sad at the same time, which is true, angry or calm, but we can switch between emotional episodes very quickly. Our subconscious, however, is a born multitasker. Of course, there are probably many more than 9 things we may not have known about your subconscious mind. Science is always on the lookout for more unknowns. As soon as I know, I will let you know. All right. So anyway, I just want to kind of like dive into subconscious mind here to show you how powerful we are, how powerful you are, and you just don't know. Okay. And that literally you are the one that's responsible for your reality. Nobody else but you. I don't care how much you go down on your knees to pray. Who you praying to? You're actually praying to yourself. But if you don't know yourself, then guess you don't know who you're praying to. That's why I keep telling you, 95% of these people out here in these churches, they don't know a damn thing. That's why they are suffering from disease, high blood pressure, all type of stuff. But yet still they pray every day. It just doesn't add up. It just doesn't make sense because they don't know themselves. You want to know God, get to know yourself. Whether it's a righteous God or an unrighteous God, which is Satan, and all Satan means is the adversary. An adversary is the opponent of something or someone. Okay? So keep that in mind. Let us go to the frontal lobe. Okay? We're dealing with the mind today. I want you to take back your power. All right? The frontal lobe. All right. The frontal lobe. Your brain frontal lobe is home to the areas that manage thinking, emotions, personality, judgment, self-control, muscle control, and movement, memory storage, and more. Just as its name indicates, it's the forwardmost area of your brain. Your frontal lobe is a key area of study for both brain-related and mental health-related fields of medicine. But I'm going to read, okay, the attributes or the responsibility of the frontal lobe for you once more. Your brain's frontal lobe is home to areas that manage what? Thinking, emotions, personality, judgment, self-control, muscle control and movement, memory storage, and more. Okay? The frontal lobe is one of the 5 lobes of your brain. It handles many abilities, including thinking, such as reasoning, judgment, and decision making, learning and recalling information. All that stuff is in your frontal lobe. Now, you may ask, well, Chief, where are you going with this, man? What does that have to do with everything? Just give me 1 second, because there's always a madness to my teaching. Okay? Executive functions like attention span. Your frontal lobe is responsible for that. Voluntary muscle movement. Social understanding, such as what you should and should say or do. That's the frontal lobe. And I'm going to show you how this correlates or how it's coherent with the behavior of our children and our people in society today. Okay? What is the frontal lobe? The frontal lobe is one of the 5 lobes of your brain. This section of your brain works cooperatively with many other brain areas, giving you a wide range of abilities. Anything you do that involves thinking or conscious action relies on abilities contained within your frontal lobe. Function. What does the frontal lobe do? Your frontal lobe handles many abilities, including, we went through all that, we went through all that, we went through all that. All right. Where's the frontal lobe located? We're going to stop here after we read this. Okay. As the name suggests, the frontal lobe is at the front of your head. It's the section of your brain just behind your forehead. Okay. We don't have to deal with what is the frontal lobe made of. It consists of specialized cells throughout your brain. The basic cells are what? Neurons. Neurons. And these are the cells in your brain and nerves that can send and relay signals to other neurons, like transmitters. Okay, the signal travels as electricity impulses inside your neurons. Your neurons convert the electrical signals that it receives into what? Chemicals that are what? Released outside of the neurons. And eventually these chemicals are triggered and it turns into gas. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Let me just explain some things to y'all real quick. Why is this important? This is important because when you look at the state of our people, where is your frontal lobe located? Right here. Right here. Don't you look at the cartoons? Don't you look at the superhero movies? Where do you see they have like a little wronged, I don't know what you call it, but anyway, it's a wrong thing, to show that they're receiving information and they're sending information, right? My brothers and sisters, that's your frontal lobe. All right. So when you watch TV, when you listen to the rap songs, when you look at the videos, your little red and your this and your that, guess what? Those are electrical signals that are being sent to your frontal lobe. Okay. You're receiving them, messages, frequencies, waves, electrical waves that are now transmitted into your subconscious mind that gives you a reality. Okay? A lot of these rappers and trappers that sing about shooting and killing people, they're not real gangsters. They are actors. They are actors. But the people in power, they know how to control and manipulate people. And they know everything that I'm teaching you about right now. They know how to manipulate people. Okay? So they pay them. I'm talking about millions, so that you are in the position that you're in today to mind control you through the images, the sound, the vibration, the frequencies that they are putting out there in the atmosphere, in the media. So now when it hits your frontal lobe, if you are not in control, you are not in your God righteous state of being, okay, then it turns you into a demon. It turns you into the same Satan that you're running from. Man, listen, this is deep, but at the same time, it's not. So you see how you have to get back on your A game? You have to stop listening to that garbage. Because let me tell you something. It is eating you alive and you don't even know. Okay, it is eating you alive and you don't even know, because it's coming into your conscious mind and it's seeping into your subconsciousness, and those seeds are being planted and you don't even realize that, and you're changing from a man or a woman into a beast, a monster, an animal, and you don't even know. Why? Because of suggestions by the media, suggestions by the movies, suggestions by the songs. But yet still, those are the people that your children idolize. Those are the people that you idolize. Those are the people that go and get the awards for destroying their people. They get awards for destroying their people. They get paid for destroying their people. But yet still, you want to make an earnest living, you have to get $9, $10 an hour and go slave. But they're being paid to poison you. They're being paid to destroy you. And guess what? It is your fault, because you're the ones that look at the shows. You're the ones that listen to the music. You're the one that buy the music. Who else but you? You don't have to buy it. You don't have to listen to it. The same way you could do a video and dance and shake your ass to that disgusting and damaging music. You could do a video and talk about it and denounce it. Get down behind me, Satan. This is not music for our children. Are you doing that? No. You're shaking your ass to it. I don't care how spiritual you think you are. The spiritual game, everybody want to turn spirituality into a religion. And they don't know what the hell it means. You feel me? I don't care how spiritual you say you are. If you're not righteous, you're not righteous. Period. So you can't fool nobody but yourself. It is really that simple. You feel me? So stop playing the games, man. We have to denounce these people. Let us stop looking at all these shows, Power and Canaan, and showing people, blowing people's head off. Let me tell you something, man. Those things are being impregnated in your subconscious mind. And in your heaven, there is chaos. You feel me? All right. I appreciate the donation. The Art of Glory, man. Thank you once again. All right. On the manipulation, don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but agents are real. Oh yes, they are real. Of course, Satan is real. All Satan means is the adversary. So yes, the adversary is real, and the adversary feeds on the ignorance of people. That's their job. So yes, they are real. Anybody out here calling you black, that's an agent. That's an agent, whether they know it or not. Anybody that's out here doing music, calling women bitches and hoes, they are agents. Anybody that's out here talking about, I want to kill a nigga and shoot a nigga and blow your head off and come get your mama, that's an agent. That's an agent of darkness. That's an agent of unrighteousness. But yet still you listen to that music and you plant that seed in your garden, and then you expect a righteous God to be in you. Man, listen, if my mother wasn't listening to my videos, I would use some colorful words. But I got respect for my mama. But the point I'm making is, a lot of you, the God in you has already left. God left the building, because how can God be in heaven? The kingdom of heaven is within. So if the kingdom of heaven is within, that means heaven is within you. And if God is supposed to be who we think God is, why would God want to be in an environment where all that's being intake is poisonous food, poisonous music, poisonous thoughts, poisonous living? No. Man, listen, a lot of you don't have God in you. Okay, you're just faking the funk. Coming on the internet pretending you're so righteous and God is in you and you spiritual. Man, I could see right through you, man. Okay, you don't have no righteous God in you. It's an illusion, because you're looking for likes. You see, real recognize real. Real righteous gods recognize real righteous gods. Okay? You shall know a tree by its fruits. You feel me? It is really that simple. All right? So this is how we are, well, not we, not me. They ain't got no control over me. All right? But this is how the masses is being taken advantage of, and they've been manipulated and controlled. And that's why it's 5% of these so-called elites. 5% of the world control 95%. I just showed you the reverse, how it was flipped. Okay, if you are able to be in control of the 95% being that's in you, then therefore you'll control the 5% that's being controlled. And because your 5% is being controlled, that 5% is controlling the 95% that's in you. You feel me? So literally, if the gods in you is 100%, right? You have 100 gods in you. Let us talk numbers now. If you have 100 gods in you, your entire being is made up of 100 gods, the all right? And you have only 5 of the gods in you that's controlling the 95% of the gods, you got a problem. Especially if that 5% is not righteous, because the information that it's taken in is not righteous. That's what's being tempted. and it doesn't have enough control and power. It did not develop its disciples or discipline enough to say, get thou behind me, Satan, to protect the 95% that's literally in the subconscious waiting. Because the 5%, the 95% is what brings everything into reality. But the 5% is what's in control, that's giving the commands. But you haven't disciplined your Jesus yet. You haven't called out your Yeshua yet. You haven't called out your disciples and teach them how to be fishers of men so that the 95% could thrive. It is all allegory. It's all about you and me. These people did not exist, but you exist. It's your story. It's an allegory. It symbolizes your story, your life. Jesus is the physical man. The Christ is the I am within that physical man. Jesus was not Christ, and Christ was not Jesus. But Jesus became the Christ. Whether you say Jesus, Yeshua, Horus, it doesn't matter. It's the same story being told over and over again until you get the message. My question is, stop focusing on the messenger, and did you get the message? All right? So all the media, the TV, you have your children every day. You're afraid to guide your children. You are being parents. So you want to get them the cell phones and sit down all day in front of these phones, being damaged by the 5%ers. And when I say the 5%ers, I'm talking about the 5% that's unrighteous. But then at the same time, you have the 5% that's righteous. Because why? We know how that 5% is crucial to that 95% that's in the subconscious mind. I'm not a 5%er, but I'm just giving you the numbers, the percentages. Okay? All right. Let us go to the next. Now, we are going to talk about cycles. We're going to talk about cycle. A cycle is not an age. An age is made up of many, many cycles. All right? But we're going to talk about cycles. All right? Right now, we are in a solar cycle. Before we came into a solar cycle, we were in a lunar cycle. Like lunar cycles happen every, I think, 29 or 29 and a half days. Okay? But within the solar cycle, there are many lunar cycles. Why? Because the lunar gods are in control. They are on a monthly basis. All right? Lunar, corresponds with month. Month corresponds with El Mano. Okay? So therefore, the moon is masculine. Greetings, brother indigenous Bushman. All right? So it happens every 11 years. Now, I'm going to give y'all some real statistics and show you, again, I know what I'm talking about. Okay? In the 60s, in the 70s, all right? Look at it. Our people had soul. Okay? In the 70s, I'm talking about 71, 72. That was a solar cycle. Our people had soul. All right? Then 11 years later, about 81, 82, 83, a lunar cycle came in, right? And what happened? Oh no, another solar cycle came in, but our people were tricked. All right? And then what happened? They introduced, well, not really introduced, but they promoted, or there was propaganda of trying to let our people not access that solar cycle. So what they did was the soul music that our people had, they took away the soul music and they brought disco. What happened during disco? Slowly but surely, it disconnected us from our soul, hence the word disco, disconnect. And then it was a process of disconnecting from our soul, okay, or the soul music. So once the disco happened, you feel me? Crack, cocaine, all these things came in. And then 11 years later, okay, in the 90s, our people make an attempt to come back through hip hop, positive hip hop, okay, because another solar cycle came in. And they say, oh no, this can't happen. This cannot happen. Gangster rap came in after that because they have to keep pushing you back. They cannot allow you to stay in your solar realm Okay, they cannot, because we are solar beings, we are children of the sun. They cannot allow, the system cannot allow you to do that, because your light is going to continue to shine. So every time we try to make a comeback, the magic, okay, is cast again. So that's why we are going through what we are going through. Every time our people try to make a comeback, okay, they know what to do. These people know what to do. So now you have trap music. You feel me? In 2019, okay, now in fact about 2017, okay, we were stepping into another solar cycle. But it came into fruition in 2019. What happened? This is what happened. They literally brainwash you through propaganda to literally fight against your crown. So this is what they do. They introduce this to you. All right. I'm not going to call it out because they might flag the video. Okay. But if you look at the screen, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. All right. They literally, okay, they literally brought this out, not realizing exactly what it was. Because in 2019, it was another solar cycle. You were supposed to get your coronation, your crown. Okay. So they came up with, with one of them V words, and they call it this word right here. But what does it really mean? What does it really mean? It means a crown. Okay, let's read it right now. In astronomy, what does it say? What does it mean? That was in 2019. Okay, it means a rarefied gaseous. Remember how things move after you get the signals through electronic magnetic waves, then they turn into from neurons that turns into gas. All right. So it's a rarefied gaseous envelope of the sun and other stars. The sun's corona is normally visible only during a total solar eclipse, when it is as irregular shaped, blah, 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 blah. But look at the autonomy. In autonomy, what does it mean? A part of the body that resembles what? A liken to a crown. So in 2019, you were supposed to get your coronation, accept your crown. In other words, become the Christ through your consciousness. All right. But what did Rome do? Rome crucified the Christ by calling Christ a virus. And they have you putting on mask. In other words, that was the crucifixion, put you 6 feet deep. When people die, what do they do? They put them 6 feet deep. 6 degrees of separation. So they literally it was a whole crucifixion, and you didn't even know what was happening. It's all magic, it's all spells. And you fought against the Christ. Hence the allegory, again, the Jews, so-called Jews, was the one that killed Christ. It's all allegory. It's all allegory. You feel me? It's all symbolic. They replayed the story all over again, all over the world, on television, and y'all didn't even know what was going on. Okay? You didn't even know what was going on. Yes, you might have supposed to go through the crucifixion, but you were supposed to accept the crown. You were supposed to accept your coronation, but you fought against it because you call it a virus, because of propaganda and what they taught you. You feel me? Because people don't know who they are. People don't know the truth. And when you teach them the truth, they look at you like you're the crazy one. Okay, that was your coronation, my brothers and sisters, in 2019. We are living in a golden age, but they want to take us back into the dark ages. And you are allowing it to happen. So that's why I say don't stop blaming people for the things that happen to you, man. It is your fault. You're suffering because of your ignorance. Okay? Because of your ignorance. So we are literally in a solar cycle right now. Even all over Europe, they're preventing the sun from shining. In China creating their own sun because they don't want the real sun to come out. Y'all think it's a game? Why do you think they're spraying chemtrails all over the place all the time? They're They don't want you to accept your coronation. They don't want you to be crowned. They don't want you to get that Christ consciousness. They don't want the second coming. They want you to think it's a man coming in the sky. Nah. Christ is in the sky every day. You feel me? Walking on water every day from sunrise to sundown. But y'all too blind to see that. And that same sun is in you. Hence you have a solar plex. You feel me? The sun is all over you. Hence you have the sole of your feet. That's soul, S-O-L. Okay? We know what people had soul food. That was in the 70s. S-O-L food. And they changed it to S-O-U-L food. Soul is actually supposed to spell S-O-L and not S-O-U-L. S-O-L like the sun. But it's all technology, mind games, semantics that's being played, and you don't know what's going on. You feel me? Real soul food is not the ham hogs and all this potato sweet giving you high blood pressure with sugar and all that. No, that is not soul food. That's demonic food. That's food from Satan. That's food from the devil. Soul food is S-O-L food. Okay? When you eat soul food, you get life. When you eat that garbage, you get niggeritis. I keep telling y'all, man, if y'all don't want this work, y'all better unsubscribe. Unsubscribe to this channel if you don't want the work. Okay? Let us go into the lunar cycles now. You feel me? I keep telling y'all, ain't nobody doing it like me, man. And it's cool. Because not everybody know what I know. All right? Let me break that down to y'all again. The lunar cycle happens every 29.5 days. So therefore, the reason why that's happening is because the lunar gods are the ones that's ruling the world right now. The lunar gods. So therefore, their cycle is every 29 days. Every 29.5 days. The lunar cycle. The lunar gods. Lunar deals with lunatics. Okay? Do you know who are running this world? Lunatics are running this world. We have to flip this around and bring back the solar gods, the solar cycles. We have to get rid of this lunar gods. When we get rid of this lunar gods mentally, then there will no longer be a lunar cycle every 29 something days. Women will not have their periods every month. It's because of this lunar gods they're having their periods every 29 or 30 days because they are worshiping lunar gods. And month deals with mentes or men, not mentes, pardon me. Mentes is to be sane, okay? But it all deals with men, man, mano, okay? That's why it only takes a man to affect a woman like that, because he's those gods, those lunar gods. The majority of them are men, masculine, because moon is masculine. And they're preventing the sun, the soul of the crown. Your crown is feminine, okay? Because the sun is feminine. You feel me? The sun is not masculine, it's feminine. They change it into masculine to trick you because they don't want to bring back that feminine energy. You dig? To bring back that balance. So they have to keep pushing that lunar energy, the lunatics. They have to keep pushing them. That's who's still governing the world right now. But their time is up. Their time is up. Okay? Y'all better recognize. Now let us go look at the etymology of moon. Etymology of moon. And then we're going to conclude with the etymology of the sun and show you that it used to be feminine and now it's masculine. We're going to look at it right here, right now. Okay? Look, a masculine noun. All right? It's the same thing. Moon is the same thing as month. All right? Moon is the same thing as month. So therefore, every single month, these male lunatic gods like Yahweh and the Allahs and all of them, they are all lunar gods. No disrespect to your religion. I'm just giving you the truth. Okay? Allah, Yahweh, Yah, whatever you want to call them, they are not the creators of the universe. They are creators of the world, the illusion that was created, but not the earth. Okay? So they are the ones that's in control right now. The lunar gods, the moon gods. And the majority of them, if not all of them, are masculine. Okay? That's why they have such an effect on the feminine, the female, every single month. They have you bleeding like pigs. No disrespect. All right? But once you let go of this illusion of these moon gods, let go of them and embrace the solar gods, you're going to stop having less periods. You're going to more spot opposed to bleed. You feel me? And of course, with a little eating soul food. Okay, eating soul food as in SOL opposed to SOUL. SOUL food came from the lunar gods, the moon gods. It's poison. You feel me? That's what's killing the gods. But y'all don't realize that. I'm giving y'all the work. Okay, I'm giving y'all the work. Now, when the sun and the moon meets every 33 years, okay, that's called a lunar solar cycle. Let us go into that and we're going to conclude. Oh no, I want to show you the sun first. So we see that the moon is masculine, and then we're going to look at the sun. The sun, all right. We're going to go where? Old English sun, on the anywhere in the world, sun. I want to show you where the sun used to be feminine and they change it into masculine. Hold on for 1 second. Pronouns, generally the term, and the pronoun, what the English sun, femme, generally German, and femme, since the masculine has prevailed. All right. All right, there's the sun, heavenly body, German, nous, and son of the sun. And Old English was what? Was feminine, as generally in Germanic, and the femme. Pronoun was used in English. Since then, masculine has prevailed without necessarily implying personification. Okay. So they made the sun masculine when the sun has always been feminine. Do you know why the sun has always been feminine? Because the feminine aspect was always the light of the world. That's why when so-called, again, allegorically speaking, when Adam woke up from that deep sleep, he woke up and saw the woman and said, well, you shall be the mother of the living, the sun, the light. Because why? When Adam couldn't breathe, when the Lord God made Adam, because remember, it's broken down in my book, just so you know, in GENE-IN-SIS to Reevaluation. When the lunar gods created the body, okay, the lunar gods created the body, which is Adam of the flesh. They didn't have the power to give Adam life. So now a feminine energy called Epinoa came in, which is the Eve, came in and breathed into Adam's nostril. It wasn't God who did that. No. You see, the Bible is not giving you the full truth, but I gave it to you in my book. It was the feminine energy that gave Adam the light so that he could breathe. And then when he got up and said, whoa, thank you. You shall be the mother of the living. So she has always been the light. That's why all throughout time, okay, it is always the woman picking up the man. You always hear the brother talk about, oh, why can't a sister hold on to a brother until he get on his feet? Because why? Why is that? Because during the lunar cycles, the lunar gods, okay, their reign, it has always been the feminine energy that picks up Adam, the man. Okay, but now we are living in a solar cycle. So now is the turn of the man to pick up the women and stop asking women to hold you down. Why would you want a woman to hold you down? A woman should hold you up, not down. So now the roles are reversed in the solar cycle to bring back the light, to bring back the solar energy, which is the feminine energy. We have to now uplift the woman. We have to uplift her, not hold her down. You see, we keep holding her down. Y'all don't get this confused, man. Okay? Because we have to bring back the light. She is the light. Okay? She is our soul. The soul is feminine. That feminine energy. In fact, it's not a she, but I'm just saying she, but it's a feminine energy. The feminine energy is not she. Okay, it's just a feminine energy. It doesn't have a gender. When we're speaking from what we call a metaphysical perspective. Okay? So keep that in mind. All right, what we are dealing with. We have to give up those lunar gods. My sisters, it rests on you. You have to give up. That's why you are the ones that's the most indoctrinated in the churches. You feel me? That's why Jesus is your husband, because they got you jacked up. You don't know the truth. You got to let go of that. It's the only way it's going to happen, man. And it's going to happen, but you will get it in your own time. All right. So I wanted to share that with you, that the sun is feminine and the moon is masculine. Now, let us go to one final slide. Okay. One final slide. Here we go. And we are looking at a lunar solar cycle. All right. A lunar solar cycle. A lunar solar cycle refers to the time it takes, all right, for the moon and the sun to, give me 1 second, for the moon and the sun to reach the same alignment. They were alignment, they were when the cycle began. This takes approximately 33 years. So what happened? When did Jesus die? At the age of 33. That was when the moon and the sun came into alignment. See, y'all got to get this, man. They came into alignment 11:11. Okay, 11:11. And I've broken that down before. I'll do another video, but I've done it. Jesus, do me a favor. Okay, when we look at, which I've already done it. I mean, for the purpose of this video, I want to do it, but damn, man. Do I have a pen? I really didn't want to get into that right now, but I'm going to do it real quick for you to see, because I have to. All right, give me 1 second, please. Let me just get a pen. All right, give me 1 second. Where's my pen at? I need a pen. I need a pen. I need a pen. Okay, I want you guys to do me a favor and help me out here real quick. Okay, I want you guys to do me a favor and help me out here real quick. I'm going to show you, which I've shown you before, but for the purpose of this video, just so you know, I like to prove everything that I talk about. I'm going to do this, okay? And help me out here, please, in the chat, okay? Help me out here in the chat. We're going to, oh, you're absolutely welcome. I'm Indigenous Bushman. We are going to look at the numerical values of Jesus and the numerical values of Lucifer. And we're also going to do Noah. I'm going to show you again. I know what I'm talking about. Now, can somebody help me out, please, real quick? I need you guys quick on this, okay? What is the numerical value of J, as in the alphabet? Anybody help me out real quick? J. Okay, you know what? Let's go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. J is 10. All right? Now, E, A, B, C, D, E. E is 5. S, what is S? Thank you. What is S? S. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. S is 19. What is U? U is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U. U is 21. And S is what? S is 19. Okay? 19. Now, somebody help me out here real quick. We're going to do Lucifer. Lucifer, the value for L. Lucifer. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. L is 12. We have U is 19. A, B, C. C is 3. I is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. I is 9. I is 9. What is F? A, B, C, D, E, F. F is 6. E is 5. And R is what? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R. R is 23. Now, what we're going to do is, if we have these numbers correctly in terms of the numerical value, each of them is going to come up to 74. So therefore, we have J as in 10, E as in 5, that is 15. 15 and 19 is 25 and 9 is 34. 34 and 21 is 45, I think. And then somebody help me out here. It comes up to 74. It's supposed to come up to 74. All right. When we add up all these numbers, JESUS, it comes up to 74. I want you to do this exercise on your own. Okay. Just in case we miss a number and we made some errors. Now we're going to do Lucifer. We have L12, U19, C3, I9, F6, E5, R23. That equals 24. All right, 24. When we add 7 and 4, which is in 74, equals 11. The same thing for Lucifer, equals 11. When we do Noah, Noah is the same thing. N, let's do N. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. N, that's 19. No, that can't be 19. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. That's 14, I think. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. That's 14. All right. Then we have O. O, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. O, I think is, help me out here. O is what? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. I think O is 15. A is 1 and H is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is 8. So when we add all these numbers up, all right, we have 14, 29, 30. I think we're making a mistake here. Okay, I think I'm making a mistake. N, so N is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. So N is what? N is 14, right? I'm confusing myself here. And then we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. O is 20. I think O is 20 or O is 15, somewhere around there. But anyway, all right, O is 16. All right, so O is 16. All right. All right. And N is 15. Okay, N is 15. Okay. And O is 16. A is 1 and H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H is 8. All right. So that's supposed to be let me see. 31, 32, 40. But anyway, let us do Jesus and Lucifer. I'll get back to Noah later. All right. So when we look at that, all right, you see here, what does it say? Jesus and Lucifer equals 11. So literally, yeah, it's all good. Like just doing this on the spot, we get the numbers mixed up. So Jesus and Lucifer equals 11. So when you see 11 and 11, basically in the spiritual realm, that is a lunar solar cycle. It means that Jesus and Lucifer are on the same frequency because they're the same. That's why in the Bible, you will see that they talk about the morning star and the light of the this and because they are the same. You see what I'm saying? They are the same. And I'm breaking all that down in the book. All that stuff is broken down in the book. All right. All that stuff is broken down in the book. So I just want to kind of like conclude on that. Why is all this important? All this is important because when you truly know who you are able to be in control. That is the goal here, to be in control of your life. You are the one responsible for your reality. That's just the bottom line. And reality only deals with the conscious mind, okay, in this physical realm right now, okay? So we are in a solar cycle right now where the feminine energy has to come back. And when I say feminine energy, we are not talking about from a perspective of what we call woman, okay? No, all right, no, that's not what it means because everybody is a woman. However, there is only man. And in man, there is male man and female man. I am a male man. The people we call women, they are not yet, they are women too, but they're actually female man. There's only man. Okay. Don't think about it from a gender sense. Okay. Think of it as absolute. Man is absolute. And then when man manifests in the flesh, man manifests as male man and female man. However, everybody is womb man. So I'm a woman, but I'm a male womb man, meaning that I came from the womb of man. So when the Bible speaks of Eve coming from Adam, which is supposedly a man, that's what they mean. They don't mean that a female man, I mean, a male man literally gave birth, or a female man came from a male man. That's not what it means. It just means man is a generic term. Okay, man is a generic term. However, in man, there is male man and female man. However, in Genesis chapter 2, the Lord God was a male, chauvinistic, male driven lunatic. So, therefore, he created a male man in his own likeness and image and tried to eliminate, okay, the female man. But what he didn't realize was that the female man was the actual light. So when he tried and do that, the male man that he created laid on the ground for days, couldn't move because he did not have that light in him. So then the feminine energy, which is the female man, had to come and breathe into Adam. And when he woke up, that's when he said, "You shall be the mother of the living," because she gave him life. So all through this lunar cycle, the 6,000 years of the lunar gods, it has always been the woman giving man life. But now we are in the solar cycle. We have to bring back the female man and elevate her, teach her, build her. That is our goal as male man. Okay? So you as the male man is not to just to go in the house and lay the pipe down, bro. Now, you see, you're thinking strictly from a physical, cannibalistic perspective. We are supposed to go as a male man and give her life. Okay, give her life. So for all those of you who don't know how to do it, Chief Kalinago could come into your home as a male man and teach your female man and give her life. Now I'm just playing. That's just a joke. But anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? The point I'm making is we as male men right now, okay, it is time to uplift the female man. You see, we took the female man down with the music, okay, in the home, beat her, rape her, all these things. You feel me? So now it's time to repair her, build her, elevate her, because it's the sun cycle. And a lot of y'all may not get it. It's okay. It's all right because of your egos, okay, because you're still in your lunar cycle, male chauvinistic God phase and state. That's cool if that's what you feel you want to do. But I promise you won't win, because you're fighting against something that you just can't win, period. Because that solar cycle is here, okay? And it's not, nobody could stop it, no matter what they do, period, okay? It is time for that feminine energy to get back, as to bring back balance, love, harmony, peace, and light. That's what this is all about. You feel me? So take control of your life, take control of your being. Remember, the subconscious mind, okay, takes everything literally. It doesn't know the difference between negative and positive, just like the universe. Be mindful of what you put out there into the universe, because whatever you put out there in the universe, it also registers in your subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is a direct replica on a smaller scale of the universe, but it has the same capabilities, the same functions. It is just compressed in your so-called mind. So any imprints that you make, it becomes your reality from your conscious perspective. You feel me? So I'm asking you politely, be mindful. Take those phones from your children. Take the televisions from your children. Teach them the truth. You feel me? Because as a mother, as a father, we are supposed to be guardians, not parents. We have to go back to being guardians. Guide our children. Just putting them in front of a phone, in front of the TV because you want to go party, or you want to be on the internet posting a bunch of garbage while the phone is literally parenting your children. No, that is not motherhood. And that's not fatherhood either. Okay? We are supposed to be guides. I know it's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of discipline, but that's where it comes in. activating your disciples. And that's going to be the next live. I'm going to break down the disciples. I'm going to break down Jesus, which I've already done that. But again, constant repetition of the truth is what's going to help you step into your Christ consciousness. So the next live is going to be about the disciples, discipline, and Jesus and what it all means when it pertains to you. So you're not out here looking for Jesus to come on the sky, all right, on the chariots of fire with a white horse coming to save you. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Only you could save yourself. It is really that simple. The same way that only you could judge you, but nobody else. Your actions is the one that judge you. Okay? All right. So I'm good. I'm done. Enjoy the rest of your continuation. I love y'all. I truly, truly do. Don't forget the link for the books. Both books is in the description. GENE-IN-SIS to Re-Evaluation and Newsflash, Everyone's a Slave. Those are two books that everybody must have. Okay, so get one for yourself, get one for a friend. Listen, man, spread this word. All right, it is time for restoration. It is time for what we call reparations. Then we get redress. Redress is not going to come in the form of money. The money is an illusion. Redress is going to come in the form of your sovereignty, your land. We're going to get the land back because we are that jubilee. Okay, we're going to experience the jubilee. All right, but first, you have to build yourself. You have to repair yourself. Reparations must take place. Reparations is not a physical thing. Reparations means to repair. You have to repair yourself internally. You have to repair the I am in you. And when you repair the I am in you, then the abundance will come. You feel me? It is really that simple. You did? So enjoy the rest of your 24, and we'll talk, and I'll see you on the next live. One love.